Do anybody else have questions? Please raise any questions if you have them.
So
just how much
Yeah.
of the company, what stake of the company do you take for your services?
Oscar.
This, as I was mentioning, it's not about a specific stake. Okay, we understand that every company has its own valuation. What we do is to value our services. That some will be part in cash and part will be converted into equity. And the pre-money evaluation we don't discuss. We agree. And normally, what we define is a cap. Okay, we define a cap in our programs, not only for the builders, for the investors, the following investments, okay, with the pre-money evaluation in when you enter in the program, and 20% discount on the next round during the 18 months. So we are very flexible, very open, because we understand that every project requires a tailor-made program and has its own pre-money evaluation, okay? So it's depending case by case. Have I answered your question?
Yeah, good.
Glad to explore and have a specific conversation, and anyone, just not to spend all the time, all of the conversation today.
That's good. We have time for one more question, if there is any. Alex.
I still had one.
Yeah.
If you...
Peter, yes, please.
Yeah. So it's a bit both for Robin and David mostly, that touched on this a little bit the same topic in terms of, let's say, timing. And in my experience, you start from very hands-on, and then at some point it's kind of hands-off. And what I'm wondering in both of your cases is like, where's the switch point? When do you decide that you need to really kick them out? Because the longer you work on them, I mean, the more things you see, or you know, it's like if you answer a question, two new pop up. So the opportunity, especially in the good cases, tends to keep on growing. So I think that's an interesting one. I would like you to comment on.
Yeah.
When would you like to go?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. So I think your conclusion is the right one. So you are very hands-on, and then at some point it's hands-off. When you say kick out, do you mean stop working with them, or do you mean leave them on their own?
Well, you're a builder, right? So that it starts with you being on the team.
Yeah.
But if you would stay on the team, you're not a venture builder anymore. You're just founding one company. So the idea is to do a rinse and repeat.
Yes.
And to do this, let's say the 0 to 1 is maybe a bit exaggerated, but a 0 to a half. And then I'm wondering, like, when do you reallocate your capabilities and your talent back to a new case versus?
It's a difficult one, and really depends per startup how quickly you can let them roam free, I would say. But if I look across the portfolio, so we're very, very hands-on in the first 6 months, then it becomes more tailored in the second 6 months. So then it's like a weekly rhythm still, but maybe not on a daily basis. What we typically see is that we have to hold their hands at least until seed, and depending on which seed investor steps in, also sometimes up and until the A round. At least in fundraising. So not in the other business aspects, but on fundraising quite sometimes. And if it's a very specific topic, also they still come to us with tech questions every now and then. Oh, my answer is that bad?
Sorry, I guess there's a phone ringing here, and that is very distractive, but your answer was that bad indeed. No.
We have a couple of minutes left. So let's see if David has something to add to that.
Yeah, just it's like, I mean, a similar view in terms of seed stage and self-sufficiency. I think that's reasonable. But even companies that just go through our accelerator program, we stay in touch with, and help them on fundraising, or unblocking problems, or advisory board members. what I think is critical though is clear communication and clear service levels and clear expectation. So the management, you can't just walk out one day. Good luck, by the way, good luck, lads. You know, I think you have to signal these things well in advance of what the expectations are and what you're going to do and when you're going to stop. So I think that's the most critical thing rather than the specifics of, you know, an arbitrary point in time.
Super. I will actually have to close this now, and I would just add to that the things we have never called ourselves venture builders, but we've been supporting deep tech companies for 10 years. And I think it's like with your kids, you know, they need a lot of care and whatever threats in the beginning, and even when they are more or less grown up, you still, you know, you call them from time to time and help them if you can. So that's at least how we deal with our startups. Guys, thank you so much for the presentations. It's amazing to have people who knows a lot and who are willing to share that like you guys did now. I think that's very valuable. And thank you for the participants. Good to have you. If you're interested, follow me. I'm going to do another one as soon as I can or have energy for. There will be another one, and I will follow up with a mail to all of you with also the videos of these presentations, so you can sit there on Friday night to look over and over again how to actually do it. With all of that, thank you so much, everyone, and
Magnus, before you
have a
switch
great
off,
Easter.
thanks for organizing this.
Great, super. Bye.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Magnus, for the congratulations of this event. I'm super happy to be here.
Super.
Thanks a lot for having us today. Okay, and thanks a lot for people attending us today, and David and Robin. It's been a pleasure to listen what you are doing. Bye-bye.
Thomas, now I see you. Now I know who's
Here, now you know who Tom I are. Thank you, Magnus.
Thank you.
God påske.
I will let you go. Magnus, thanks so much indeed. Much
Yeah,
appreciated.
thanks, David.
Happy to
So
Thank
follow.
you.